5 phrases that deliver betrayal and you never suspected. Betrayal is a subject that bothers, hurts, and piques many people's interest. No one wants to consider the possibility of being duped, but sometimes the clues are right in front of us, hidden in small gestures, behavioral changes, and even seemingly innocent phrases. Today we'll talk about 5 phrases that may appear normal at first glance, but when examined more closely, can reveal far more than we realize. These are words that can conceal ulterior motives, signs of distancing, and even well-hidden lies. Before we begin, please take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Here, we unravel the mysteries of human behavior and help you better understand your relationships. To avoid missing any new content, activate the bell. That way, you're always a step ahead, and there's more. During the video, I want to know which phrase or situation piqued your interest the most. Leave a comment below. I always knew. If any of this makes sense to you, please share your experience. Let us share ideas and learn together. Is anything changing? You know that seemingly harmless phrase? I have decided to start going to the gym. At first glance, it appears to be perfectly normal, right? After all, taking care of your health is beneficial. What if this decision is suddenly followed by a slew of other changes? Consider this: a person who was never interested in physical exercise and now wants to replace their entire wardrobe, begins eating differently, and spends a lot more time outside of the house. It could simply be a stage of personal development, which is amazing. However, there are some signs that warrant attention. Is she sharing these changes with you? Or does she appear to be hiding something? Is she open about her schedule and the people she keeps? Do you feel a sense of mystery in the air? Changes in routine are normal, especially when someone wants to improve their self-esteem. The problem occurs when this is combined with emotional distancing. If the person withdraws, avoids conversations, or behaves differently around you, it may indicate that something else is going on. What about the tip? Pay attention to the context. Changes are welcome, but the impact on the relationship is what truly matters. When does me time become a warning sign? Hearing someone say, "I need some time for myself," is entirely understandable. After all, everyone needs time to breathe, unwind, and reconnect with themselves. Having space within a relationship is beneficial. But what if this phrase appears out of nowhere for no apparent reason, or if it becomes a constant justification for separations? Then it is worth paying attention. Something deeper might be going on. Some questions to ask yourself. Is this time followed by entire afternoons without explaining where the person has been? Are the justifications always vague, such as, "I need to think about life," with no further details? Previously, these moments of pause were shared, but now they appear to create a significant distance between you. The secret is to observe behavior. Is everything normal during and after these separations? Or do you notice that these moments of space are becoming more frequent, as if the other person is gradually distancing themselves? If it's just a phase, that's okay. However, if this pattern begins to create a void in the relationship, it may be time to investigate what is truly driving this desire for alone time. When so-and-so comes up too frequently in conversation, you know when a name appears unexpectedly and repeatedly. "Oh, so-and-so helped me with that." Sometimes it is simply a coincidence. However, in some cases, it could indicate that this person has a larger role in your partner's life than they appear. This occurs because, when someone is involved or interested in another person, a common strategy is to mention them casually, as if they were not interested, in order to normalize their presence in conversations. Something like, "So-and-so helped me solve a computer problem. He always gives excellent advice." It appears to be harmless, right? However, there are a few details to note. Does this name come up frequently? Does the person express enthusiasm when discussing it, or does he try to appear indifferent but in a forced manner? Whenever this name comes up, is there a subtle change in mood, such as discreet smiles, awkward pauses, or even unexpected defensiveness? The secret is in the little things. Sometimes what is not said weighs more than words. If someone's name starts to appear repeatedly, always in a positive way, or with excessive care to seem irrelevant, it may be time to pay more attention. After all, some clues are disguised in the subtleties of everyday life. When you should go out with your friends more isn't just advice. At first glance, hearing you should go out with your friends more may seem like a gesture of affection, as if the person is genuinely concerned about your well-being. After all, everyone needs some time to relax and have fun, right? But what if this suggestion always appears at strategic moments? Consider the following scenario. Honey, you've been so stressed. Why don't you go out to play soccer with the boys? You should make plans with your friends. It's been a while since you've gone out with them. If this phrase is used casually and without ulterior motives, it is acceptable. But what if she uses every suggestion to distance herself? It could be a pattern, a subtle way to make room for other activities without raising suspicions. Here are some indicators to look out for. Does this suggestion come up frequently and always coincide with times when she is also busy? Does her behavior change when you accept the suggestion, such as disguised relief or unexpected enthusiasm? If you decide not to go out, does she appear frustrated or more insistent than usual? Of course, in a healthy relationship, encouraging the other person to maintain friendships is a good thing. However, if this suggestion is always accompanied by a strategic withdrawal, it may indicate that something else is going on. As always, context and frequency make all the difference. When you need to trust me more, it becomes a shield. Trust is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, correct? However, when someone uses the phrase, "you need to trust me more," as a shield to avoid questions, it can be a warning sign. Imagine the scenario. You notice something strange, ask a simple question, and get an impatient response. "Wow, you really need to trust me more." At first, it may appear to be natural. But what if this response is accompanied by irritation, ambiguous answers, or an attempt to quickly change the subject? That's when you need to pay attention. Here are a few things to look out for. Is this phrase used when asking legitimate questions about something unusual? Is the person more concerned with making you feel guilty for asking than with actually clarifying the question? Do they avoid, dodge, or act as if it is absurd that you want to better understand the situation? Of course, trust is essential, but it should be built on transparency rather than imposed with ready-made phrases. If you receive this response every time you try to discuss something important, it may indicate that transparency is being replaced by defensiveness. True trust does not lead to ready-made speeches. It manifests itself through actions rather than words. Bonus. Why are you so paranoid? If there is one phrase that can quickly disarm any question, this is it. When someone responds to a legitimate question with, "Wow, stop being paranoid," or "You're imagining things, X." Now, let us think about it. You observe a shift in behavior. You ask a simple question without becoming aggressive. Instead of a clear answer, you receive a label. You see things that don't exist. If this happens once in a while, it may simply be a bad way to end the conversation. However, if this response becomes a pattern, exercise caution. This could be an example of emotional manipulation, in which the person attempts to make you doubt your own perception. Be cautious if you find yourself constantly explaining and justifying your feelings. The other person never explains the situation. They simply make you feel guilty for asking. Instead of feeling relieved after the conversation, you are left feeling even more confused. Questioning another person's behavior is not paranoia. Healthy relationships are built on dialogue, not tactics designed to invalidate feelings. If something seems strange, follow your instincts. These phrases may have no meaning on their own. However, when analyzed in the proper context and combined with other behaviors, they can provide valuable insights. If you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to never miss out on new insights into relationships and human behavior. And don't forget to leave a comment stating, "I always knew."